a vast star-studded expanse of space. The Earth hangs in the distance, a swirling blue and white marble. The moon, in the foreground, appears serene and gray, its surface subtly textured with craters. Close up on the moon's surface, a single, modern measuring device, futuristic in design, extends a tiny arm towards the Earth. A digital display shows a measurement increasing by 3.8 centimeters per year. A slow zoom out, revealing the tidal bulge on Earth, exaggerated for visual effect. Lines of energy flow between the Earth and the moon, illustrating the tidal interaction. Split screen. On one side, a depiction of ancient Earth, with a closer moon looming large in the sky. On the other, present-day Earth, with the moon noticeably smaller and farther away. A long shot of the moon drifting slowly away from Earth. The Earth recedes into the distance, emphasizing the growing separation between the two celestial bodies. The scene fades slowly to black, establishing shot of Earth and the moon in space, emphasizing the vast distance between them. Animated diagram illustrating the moon's orbit around the Earth, highlighting that one side of the moon always faces Earth. Close-up view of the moon's surface, showing the familiar near side with its craters and Maria. Split screen comparison. One side showing the near side of the moon, the other side showing a dark, mysterious far side. Diagram illustrating the concept of tidal locking, explaining how the moon's rotation period matches its orbital period. A wide, desolate view of the lunar far side, bathed in harsh sunlight. Craters and mountains stretch across the horizon. Close up on the lunar surface. Dust and rocks cover the ground, undisturbed by footprints. The sun glints off a small metallic object, a discarded tool from a past mission. A slow pan across the lunar landscape, emphasizing the stark contrast between light and shadow. The Earth is a small blue marble in the distance, unseen from this vantage point. A long shot of a robotic rover traversing the lunar surface, its wheels kicking up dust. It moves slowly and deliberately, exploring the alien terrain. Extreme wide, shot of the lunar surface, focusing on the stark contrast between sunlit areas and the deep shadows of craters near the poles. Close-up of a permanently shadowed crater. The darkness is almost absolute, hinting at the extreme cold within. Animation. A subtle shimmer within the shadowed crater suggests the presence of water ice crystals. Wide shot, pulling back to show multiple shadowed craters clustered together, emphasizing the potential scale of water ice deposits. Graphic overlay. A diagram illustrating how the angle of sunlight prevents these craters from ever receiving direct sunlight, maintaining their extreme cold. A long shot of the lunar base interior. Dust particles float in the air, illuminated by harsh sunlight filtering through a reinforced window. A low rumble begins to shake the structure. Close up on a seismograph inside the base. The needle jumps erratically, indicating a moonquake. Alarms begin to blare. Wide shot of astronauts inside the lunar base, reacting to the moonquake. One astronaut grabs onto a console to steady themselves. Exterior shot of the lunar surface. A small crater forms as a result of the moonquake, dust and debris spraying outwards. Extreme wide. Shot of the moon, stark and desolate against the black void of space. The sun glares harshly, casting long, sharp shadows across the cratered surface. Close up on the lunar surface. Micrometeorites pepper the ground, evidence of constant bombardment. The soil is fine and powdery. Astronauts' point of view, looking up at the Sunday. The sun's radiation is intense and unfiltered, a reminder of the lack of atmospheric protection. Side view of a lunar rover, its tires kicking up dust. The rover appears isolated and vulnerable in the harsh environment. Time lapse of the lunar surface as the sun moves across the sky. The temperature fluctuates dramatically, highlighting the moon's inability to retain heat. Extreme close-up of lunar dust particles, jagged and clinging to a metallic surface, highlighting their abrasive nature. Astronauts struggling to move a piece of equipment, lunar dust billowing around their boots, conveying the difficulty of mobility. A panoramic view of the lunar landscape, with a habitat module in the distance, covered in a layer of fine dust. Close-up of an astronaut's glove, showing the wear and tear caused by the abrasive lunar dust, emphasizing the challenges of lunar missions. A desolate lunar landscape under the harsh sunlight. The surface is gray and dusty, marked with craters of various sizes. In the distance, a faint, ethereal glow hints at the weak magnetic field. Close up on a lunar rock, a subtle shimmer emanates from it, visualizing the remnant crustal magnetism. The rock is textured with microscopic impact craters, an animated visualization of magnetic field lines hovering just above the lunar surface. The lines are sparse and uneven, illustrating the non-uniformity of the moon's magnetic field compared to Earth's. Wide shot of the moon against the backdrop of stars. A faint, almost imperceptible distortion in the starlight near the moon suggests the presence of a weak magnetic field interacting with solar wind particles. A wide shot of the moon, focusing on the near side. The Earth is visible in the background, a vibrant blue marble against the black void. Close-up on the Apollo landing sites, indicated by small markers and the shadows of the lunar modules. The desolate, gray landscape stretches out around them. A panoramic view of the lunar surface, showing the vast expanse of craters and mountains. The sun casts long, dramatic shadows across the landscape. A symbolic shot of an astronaut's footprint in the lunar dust, a lasting testament to humanity's presence on the moon. The Earth hangs in the distance, a reminder of home, extreme wide. Shot of the lunar surface, vast and desolate. The dark, smooth plains of the Maria stretch out, contrasting with the rugged, cratered highlands. Wide shot across a lunar Maria. Ancient lava flows create subtle patterns on the surface. The sun casts long, stark shadows. Medium shot, focusing on a specific area of the Maria. Small impact craters dot the surface, evidence of the moon's long history of bombardment. Close up on the texture of the lunar soil. Fine grains of regolith cover the ground, undisturbed for eons. Astronauts' point of view, looking out across the Maria. The Earth hangs in the black sky, a distant blue marble. Time-lapse of the sun moving across the lunar sky, casting dramatically shifting shadows across the Maria. A vast, black expanse punctuated by distant stars. The Earth hangs like a vibrant blue marble in the distance, a stark contrast to the desolate gray of the moon's surface dominating the foreground. Close up on the lunar surface, dust and craters stretch across the landscape. A small, almost imperceptible marker indicates a point of measurement. An animated line extends from the marker towards Earth, visualizing the annual drift. Split screen. On one side, a historical image of the Apollo missions, astronauts planting a flag. On the other, a futuristic lunar base, hinting at humanity's continued presence and monitoring of the moon's orbit. A long shot of the moon, slowly receding from Earth over a sped-up timeline. Subtle visual effects emphasize the increasing distance, highlighting the 3.8 centimeters of separation gained each year. Establishing shot of the Earth and moon in space, bathed in sunlight. The Earth is a vibrant blue and green, while the moon is a stark gray. Close-up of the moon, revealing its cratered surface. Focus on the side that always faces Earth. Animated diagram illustrating the moon's synchronous rotation with Earth. Arrows indicate the moon's rotation and orbit. Split screen. One side shows the near side of the moon, the other side remains blank, symbolizing the far side never seen from Earth. A view from the Earth. Looking up at the moon. The familiar face of the moon is clearly visible. Time-lapse sequence showing the moon orbiting the Earth, always presenting the same face. Stars twinkle in the background. Extreme wide. Shot of the lunar surface, vast and desolate. The Earth hangs small and blue in the black sky. The far side of the moon is bathed in sunlight. Close up on a patch of lunar dust, undisturbed. Sunlight glints off tiny particles. In the background, a lunar module stands silent. Medium shot of a robotic rover traversing the uneven terrain. Its wheels kick up puffs of moon dust. The sun casts long, sharp shadows. Wide shot, slightly elevated, showing the curvature of the moon. The sun illuminates craters and mountains, revealing the rugged beauty of the far side. Wide, establishing shot of the lunar surface, focusing on a large, shadowed crater. The sun glints off the rim, highlighting the stark contrast between light and darkness. Close-up view inside the shadowed crater. The terrain is rough and uneven, with subtle hints of a bright, icy substance scattered within the dark regolith. Satellite view of the moon's south pole, showing multiple craters in permanent shadow. Data overlays indicate areas with confirmed or suspected water ice deposits. Animated graphic illustrating water molecules being detected in sunlit areas of the moon, showing the process of sublimation and migration to cold traps. A desolate, gray, lunar landscape inside a vast crater. Dust particles float in the air, illuminated by harsh sunlight filtering through cracks in the crater's rim. Close up on a seismograph, its needle violently shaking, recording a moonquake. The device is surrounded by lunar rocks and dust. A time-lapse sequence showing the lunar surface expanding and contracting slightly due to tidal forces. The subtle movements cause cracks to widen and dust to shift. A wide shot of a small meteoroid impacting the lunar surface, creating a small dust cloud. The impact sends seismic waves rippling through the moon's interior. Extreme wide shot. The desolate, gray surface of the moon stretches out to the horizon. Craters pockmark the landscape. The sun is a brilliant, unfiltered disk in the black sky. Wide shot. A lone astronaut stands on the lunar surface, their white spacesuit stark against the gray. They look out at the horizon. Close up. The astronaut's helmet reflects the harsh sunlight and the barren landscape. We see the Earth as a small blue marble in the distance. Medium shot. A small meteoroid impacts the lunar surface, kicking up a plume of dust in a brief, violent burst. The astronaut doesn't react, highlighting the constant bombardment. Low angle. The astronaut uses a device to measure the surface temperature. The reading is extreme, fluctuating wildly between scorching heat and bitter cold. A time-lapse shot showing the surface of the moon bombarded by solar radiation. The lack of atmosphere makes the moon vulnerable.